Today we are introducing you to fractions, decimals, and percents and how to convert between them, okay? So first thing I'm going to teach you about is how to convert when you start with a fraction and you want to go to a percent, okay? So there's two steps. Step number one is to divide the numerator, and yes, I know dividing is all of your favorite thing, by the denominator. Okay, so just to be sure, I want to make sure that you know the numerator is the top of the fraction and the denominator is the bottom. Okay, step two is to multiply by 100, okay? And this is simply moving the decimal 2 places to the right. Okay? So now I'm going to give you an example. So we've got step one, divide the numerator by the denominator, and step two, multiply by 100 or move decimal 2 places to the right. Okay, so now we're going to do an example. So if I'm given the fraction 3/8, okay, I'm going to start by dividing the numerator, so the top number, by the bottom number. So I'm going to put 8 out here. I'm going to put 3 right there. Okay, we know that 8 cannot go into 3, so we have to put our decimal and then add a 0. Okay, 8 can go into 30. 8 can go into 30 3 times, and 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to do 30 minus 24 and get 6. 8 can't go into 6. I'm going to add my 0, bring it down. 8 can go into 60 7 times. 7 times 8 is 56. That leaves me with 4. And I'm going to add a 0 because I still am not done. 8 can go into 40 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40. Now I've got zeros. Okay, so that is how you would divide. Okay, so I found my decimal. It's 0.375. Okay, now I have to do step number 2. So this was step number 1, and now I'm going to do step 2, which is multiply times 100. Okay, so I'm going to do okay, and that is going to give me 37.5, and then I can just convert that to a percent by adding the percentage sign. Sorry. Okay, so that is how you go from fraction to percent. Now I want to teach you about percent to decimal. Okay, so to do percent to decimal, all you have to do is move the decimal point two places to the left. Okay, this is also just dividing by 100. Okay, so earlier we multiplied times 100. Now we're going to divide by 100. So I'm going to give you an example. So if we started with the percent that we had in the last problem, so 37.5%, okay, I would just move the decimal point 2 places to the left, 1, 2, and that's going to give me 3, 7, 5. Okay, that one is very simple, nice and easy. Another example of this would just be if you had 43%. Okay, your decimal is right here technically. You're gonna move it over 2 places to the left. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it all together. Okay, so if somebody gave you this picture and you see that there's 1/4 of that pie or pizza remaining, okay, so that's our fraction. You can count and see that there's only 1/4 remaining, okay? And then there's the decimal. If I want to find the decimal, I'm going to use what Miss Wells just taught me. I'm going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So I'm going to put 1. 4 cannot go into 1, so I'm going to put my 0. 4 can go into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. I'm going to add another 0. 4 can go into 25 times. Okay, so now I know that my decimal is 25 hundredths. And then I've got my percent. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my decimal. I'm going to move my decimal 2 places to the right. And that's going to give me 25%. Okay, so that is how you go from fraction to percent, percent to decimal. You're going to have some practice today similar to this one. If you need help, do not hesitate to message your teacher.